Hello, all. So I had my root canal earlier, and then my computer crashed this morning when I chose to uninstall and allow McAfee as my antivirus program on my Windows 11 system of my computer to make changes to it. And of course, it uninstalled it, but at the same time, it totally banned my access to my own computer. So I had to figure it out all day, went to work, went and got my root canal. Thankfully, they fit me in an hour earlier, but then like that hygienist, I don't know. I don't think she did that good of a job because afterwards, like it felt like I had like a large loogie stuck in my throat. I couldn't get out. And he was digging through all that. You smell like that burning tooth from the saw, like the drill or whatever, and then bone material, and then taking out that bridge and that little temporary bridge, and then putting it in again. So I was able to go ahead and use the reset, but nothing was allowing me to log on to the internet. I was able to keep my files, but unfortunately, all of my stuff got erased. So I had to reinstall RStudio, Python, Anaconda, Visual Studio. I know we didn't go over those other stuff, but I was reviewing all that stuff too to get on track with that portion of data science and other scripts with that language. R is my first computing language, and so Python is my second, and SQL my third. I don't really use those that much, but Python is more robust to like graphical interfaces, and you can also do that same stuff in RStudio. And all of them, they're trying to combine and create an intermediary for. Because even Visual Studio, my actual first language was C+. In my lower division college that I transferred to my upper division college, Norco College. And I only did the introductory one. We just built like little scripts, like interactive scripts, but we didn't actually build like math models, like matrices, objects, data frames. We didn't deal with any of that stuff. So I was familiar with a few of these review videos. So today, just keeping you on track of what's going on. It's May 5th, 2026. I did have 2 beers earlier because I was waiting for all of this stuff to download. And I did my chores. I have one more antibiotic pill to take. I always get worried when I go in exposure to all sorts of stuff in those places where they don't give a fuck about you. Really, literally, they don't. They're doing so much work. I don't care what you say about any healthcare person. They literally don't. As long as you're just a quiet patient and you shut the fuck up, they don't care about you. But if you say something or speak up, then they fucking know you and they don't really like you. So they want your money and that's it. And they want you to shut the fuck up and let them do whatever they do. If they make a mistake on you, then that's too bad. Unless you really want to be a bitch and pull that card, because then you really don't want to, but then sometimes you have to. Thankfully not today, but I'll find out later. Okay, because I did get a cold sore 3 days after I had the last one. I think it was the interaction with the antibiotics killing off something, because I was already having an interaction with the Novocaine that was in my cheek right here, and then it interacted with the glycolic acid, and then I took the antibiotics because I couldn't get it that day because she put it in late and the pharmacy was closed. Then I go the next day after work during lunch. Apparently, they love to eat at the same time at the CVS Walmart pharmacy. So they shut down for a whole hour because everybody who's on the pharmacy staff just loves each other so much. They want to work with each other and eat with each other at the same time, too. I don't think that's cool. I would never choose to do that. But people that want to go there and get their prescriptions, of course, go there on the lunch break, not knowing. So they have to wait or leave. So I left and then I went back. I believe I went back later that day. I was like, fuck it, I need to get those, right? So I got it, but I took it that night. The next morning, that third morning, that's when I got the cold sore on my lip, same side. So it's been a week since that, because I went last Monday to the dentist to get the tooth extracted from an infected root canal. All right, yeah, so let's go into this Tableau site. I want to share my screen with you. And then Tableau is a wonderful, wonderful free software that you can use and literally do all the graphs you want. You just import your data frame into it, change around the objects, and then you should be able to build stuff. I don't really use all the functionality. I just like to do stuff that's good for what I intend to do. So we'll go to this Tableau. You sign up. I'm already signed in. That was my previous name. Actually, Janice Harris, though. Kind of slow. Well, we could just go over here to Tableau Desktop on that front page. View the current version. That's the one I have. Product downloads. You can download that. There's also some other ones. Downloads. I already have it. So just download one. They're going to ask you to sign in. I have it. Here's my Tableau site. Hold on. Right here. This should take me to my account. Okay, I guess not. So it should be there. Hold on. Favorites. Oh, here we go. It's that one. I marked it earlier. This is the database in the viewer. So I tried to arrange this by alphabetical, and I couldn't. So let's just make a whole new dashboard from start to finish. This one. Not many people have viewed this. 43 people have viewed it, but it could be from my computer as well. I did put it on my other website. Sometimes a lot of them get different views. This doesn't have any pretty little graphs or anything like that. But there's so many graphs, you don't really know what you're looking at all along. So this gene right here, it's not a top gene because it's not in our pathology database right there. We do see it in gastric carcinoma, upregulated in the peritoneal metastasis compared to the regular. And then you see it in natural killer T cell lymphoma, downregulated. Uterine fibroid, the normal one upregulated. Nasopharyngeal carcinoma, downregulated. So it's downregulated in the T cell lymphoma and the nasopharyngeal carcinoma. Hodgkin's as well, not the HIV one, but the regular Hodgkin's and Epstein-Barr virus. In fibromyalgia, it's upregulated. So the upregulated ones, we could say HIV, fibromyalgia, uterine fibroid, and gastric carcinoma. The other ones, it's downregulated. And again, and just be patient. Just wait. This is really data science and water after beer. Okay, so these are our top genes. And I am able to put these in alphabetical order. Hold on. So it was doing it anyways, I guess. Oh, it is by the genes right here. So these are the genes. Sure. It doesn't let you see where the arrows are. So they are in alphabetical order. Let's see the CCND1 gene because that always shows up. Oh, I just saw it. CND1. Oh, that's weird that it's in the mono. Oh, multiple. Okay, so the lymphoma, underregulated. It's upregulated or downregulated or inhibited. Uterine thyroid inhibited. This Epstein-Barr virus that was stimulated with interleukin 27 was inhibited. Peritoneal metastasis of gastric carcinoma, the more severe one, underregulated. Classic Hodgkin's, upregulated. HIV with Epstein-Barr virus and Hodgkin's. upregulated. Metastatic nasopharyngeal carcinoma compared to non-metastatic is downregulated, but upregulated in metastasis compared to normal nasopharyngeal carcinoma and gastric carcinoma. Nasopharyngeal carcinoma in a separate study, it's downregulated, or yeah. Fibromyalgia, CCND1 is upregulated. So it's upregulated in the Epstein-Barr virus with Hodgkin's or HIV. Also fibromyalgia. Lyme disease, it is downregulated greatly in the acute versus a healthy fold chain, which is recent infection to health chain. Antibodies developed after, I believe, 1 month, downregulated by a little bit. Antibodies after 6 months, downregulated as a lot, just like it was when it first got infected. And then recent infection versus the 6 months of infection, it's upregulated by a little bit. Multiple sclerosis doesn't have that list. The CCND1 gene. Let's go back to that. And then we can just look at these genes. We didn't add we did not add our colorectal cancer. We can go ahead and remove the mononucleosis and put that one there. And all right, and new one. Right now, we'll just make one with few. The ones that aren't associated, uterine fibroid and fibromyalgia are not associated with it, especially Lyme disease is not. But let's just look at some that are specifically Epstein-Barr virus, CCL20. Let's see what it does in Lyme disease. So in an acute infection, it's upregulated, downregulated after a month of antibodies, upregulated highly after 6 months of antibodies, and downregulated in comparison to recent to infection. Now in nasopharyngeal carcinoma, it's infinite. So that's like a very small number going into a very large number. It is an inch amount of change. We can just look at the baseline mean right here, which was they knocked out this LMP1 gene with H101R amino acid. It was histidine changed for arginine at the 101th placement of LMP1. In Epstein-Barr virus, they did the same thing in nasopharyngeal carcinoma. And so basically, it's the regular nasopharyngeal carcinoma commercial line, and then it's the Epstein-Barr virus mean of that gene. And you take a very it's a very large number divided by a very small number. And how that works is this is like 1 over a million at the bottom, which turns into like, and this is 1. So 1 divided by 1 over a million, 100 million, 100 trillion, zillion, that's 100 trillion zillion. So that's what it is. And then, so it's just and because the numbers are just 0 and 1, we could just say it increased. Look at that. It increased. Okay. Because we're comparing the Epstein-Barr virus over the baseline. Nasopharyngeal carcinoma. It is an Epstein-Barr virus gene. It's in this study. We can slide over and see the study summary, which says it is from the study where there were I don't know why fibromyalgia samples. It's not in the fibromyalgia data. Interleukin 27, that makes sense. So it is from this study. Oh, yeah, I was just explaining how we're putting this together with all the other pathologies. Okay, this was early when I built this. And then here is the gastric carcinoma, very underregulated for an Epstein-Barr virus gene. This one was. For the metastatic one, very downregulated. It is upregulated, though, when they stimulate it with interleukin 27 over Epstein-Barr virus. And then in nasopharyngeal carcinoma, it's a very large change as well. So that could say that Epstein-Barr virus is, for that gene, CCL20, it's in the Epstein-Barr virus with stimulation of fibroid. It's just a large, there's not really that much information because they don't have anything for, this one was, a comparison of black and white males, and the only thing they had in common was when they're in the healthy state, but once they got into the disease pathology state of uterine fibroid, they differed almost completely on certain genes. And then this natural killer T-cell lymphoma said to be affected by Epstein-Barr virus, leads to faster death, tumor growth in people that they found, the patients, an increased change, very large number change. Okay, Hodgkin's, Lyme disease. It shows up in Lyme disease of upregulated in 6 months of antibodies, very upregulated, as well as in the Epstein-Barr virus stimulated with interleukin 27, similar gene expressions. In Hodgkin's, it's just very large expression of this gene. In the Epstein-Barr virus samples are the baseline, and then Hodgkin's and HIV with Epstein-Barr virus are compared to that state, and those ones are large changes. All right, so let's get started. Close out this tab. We've been here for 17 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and go to my desktop, and then we are going to open a Tableau. I'm going to show you how to make one of these. We're just going to connect to a text file. We're going to go to my desktop. We're going to go to our programs. We're going to go to the all pathologies. This is where I have the folders. But I want all pathologies as well from, okay. We're gonna add these ones in first. Okay, so we'll go to the current pathologies database. We're gonna add in the most recent one, which is this one. The colorectal cancer was added. So we can see what they are here. ABC means it's text. This means it's a number, and we can just, oh, this is annoying. We just use this little bar right here, slide down, looks good. Numbers are numbers, text are text, those are the study IDs. This is what we were building. We're gonna go ahead and open this up. That's where that's at. Now we're gonna add another connection to one of these files. We're gonna go ahead and go into the let's add the key first. Let's just do that because this is very useful as well. So now when we add this, I'm going to put it here, and it's going to automatically try to merge it. See this right here? It's merging on what it says. It says, what do you want to merge on? And we're going to merge on the ensemble ID. Oh, actually, we're going to merge on the gene cards ID and the gene name. See? Gene name, gene cards ID. That's what we need to merge on. And we can go ahead and add more. So this is our key. It's going to have us 50,000 genes in it. It also has the description of the gene, the location on the chromosome, followed by it's the chromosome number, or if it's the gender one, X or Y, followed by a colon, and then followed by the actual nucleotide window, not the section. And then here, and then it has also a minus and a plus, which will tell you plus is the forward strand, which means the sense strand, and then not the complementary DNA that turns into messenger RNA. And then this is the antisense, the reverse strand, the complementary DNA strand that the messenger RNA is copied from to turn into the sense strand. And now we have all these other genes as well. We're not actually going to use those, but when we do put it into our dashboard, when we make these sheets, we make a little sheet for it. Each one has its own little sheet. So we'll just go ahead and make a sheet for it right now. We just press that. This, we're going to call it, we can make it the pathologies, or we can make it the, yes, we're going to go with pathologies. And we're just going to make it tiny, like 12. And then we're going to go ahead and start looking at our pathology database right here. We want the ensemble ID. We don't need it though. We definitely want the gene cards ID. We want the media type, the study summaries, the top gene pathology. We also want the fold change. And then that's what we're going to use. So we want the gene cards. We might as well add the ensemble, but we're going to add the ensemble at the end so that they scroll to it. So let's add the gene cards first. We add it to the rows. Okay, it's right there. Let's see if we can set it to alphabetic. Okay. And then we're going to add the top gene pathology right next to it. And then we'll go ahead and add the fold change, pathology control. This is a number and it does some. I don't want some. So we have to go in here. I don't know how to not have some. This is just what works for me. So we have to make it discrete and then it adds it. And then we'll go ahead and do the study summarized so that you can hover over it and see what the study came from. And then the media type, we'll just have it here. And then the GSE study ID, where you can verify this by looking at this online. So we got the top gene pathology, study summaries, media type, the fold chain, GSE study ID, gene cards. Let's add the ensemble at the very end. And you just go right here, and then you'll just have to keep scrolling. So this is the way we got it. Let's name it. We're on this one because it's highlighted. So we're going to name it pathologies. Now we have a sheet one because it's slow and I went ahead and clicked a different one. This one is going to be our gene ensemble key. Let's make this small, like a 12. Also, we'll make the other ones even smaller so it's more obvious these are important. And then from here, we're going to use this database. See, we don't need these samples. We just want the metadata it came with, which is, let's put the gene name, okay, because this is going to show first. Add all members. I want this alphabetic. Oh, hold on. Alphabetic. Let's see. It looks like it's alphabetic, right? Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and add the ensemble ID, which goes by gene ID. And this is going to just link it right next to its little partner. And then we're going to add the locus, which gives the chromosome location. I don't see the description on there, though. That's weird. Oh, I guess it's up higher. I didn't see that. The locus, location of it. Okay, and then I'll put the description of the gene after that. That's not how I did it in the original one, but we'll do it that way. So alphabetized by that. And then the description, the location. Okay, now we're going to name this one the key. And I'm going to put ensemble. Okay, now let's go back to our data source. We're going to add more of these text files. So let's go. Where did the ensemble key? The uterine we're not adding the mono one. So let's go ahead and just add the Epstein-Barr viruses to this one. So I'm going to go ahead and open this one. I'll just use this one. This is a nasopharyngeal cancer one. And I'm just going to take this one, the ordered one. I'm going to actually make sure that that line hits this same pathology. We're linking. Oh, shit. I should have actually made the key first to link to that one. So do I need to? I'm just thinking. Hold on. Let's just try it this way, because nothing's going to show up if we don't. So actually what I want to do is reverse this. So I'm going to go ahead and put this over here. Hold on, let me see. Okay. I think what we do is we just put it back. Okay. So we'll go this one. And then we wanted this one. But we don't want that one right now. This is the keys one. So we're going to add this one. Okay. And then we're going to, everything should be good. Text are text. Numbers are numbers. Oh, we're not using those samples. Yeah. Okay, now we're going to go to the pathology one. We're using the colon cancer as the latest one. Added. We're going to go right here, the ensemble ID. We're linking by the gene name and the gene ID. It should still be good. All right, good. And then we're going to go to this nasopharyngeal cancer one, and we're just going to link this one to the key as well. Go down here. It's going to be the gene name in the key one, the ensemble key, with the gene name. And then let's look at the nasopharyngeal cancer one. Make sure they're text or text. And then, yeah, it's actually the same exact table. That's what it is. That's where I got the keys from this study. But we can still use it like that. That's fine. Let's just make sure that everything's good in our end here. Otherwise, it would be throwing like little red flags. Not necessarily like arrows or flags, just red stuff. Or not showing. We're going to make another sheet. We're going to call this one NPC. And this one is the LMP1 study. Okay. And then we're going to make this name nasopharyngeal carcinoma and LMP1 gene. We're going to make it tinier than the other ones. We're going to make it an 8. Let's make it a 10, actually. Okay, yeah, that's fine. And then we're going to add our genes. So we're in this one. We're going to go down to this data set. That's the one that we're working on. We're going to add the gene name in the row. Add all numbers. Okay, and then we're going to add the... We don't really need to add the description because we have it in our pathologies one, but we will at the end of it. So we'll add the... yeah, I don't really... I'm going to add the fold change first because that's the whole idea. That's more important. And then they can scroll through the little mini window. We can all scroll through the mini little window. It was such a large database, not everything has a value. That's how the study was. That's not some kind of error in loading it. And then we'll go ahead and add the locus. Because yeah, wait, did we? Okay, so we're gonna just, yeah, because we do have the locus actually. Let's leave the locus out because we don't need to add that because we already have it in the key. So if somebody needs that, they can find it there. We're going to, we don't need the description because that's the gene ID description. We just wanted the gene name and the fold change. All right, so that's for that one. Let's see, just right here, because they can go to the locus, they can go to the description. Same with pathologies. We're really only, yeah. So that will be separate. Now we're going to go back to our data source, start adding in more. We're just doing joins or merges. Another text file from our folder going up to the other ones. Let's go ahead and add the Epstein-Barr virus instead of the, let's work from down to up. Multiple sclerosis, they did say it was associated, so we're going to for sure add this one. Can't add the mono one though because it's not even the same cell media type. It's not RNA. It's not the messenger RNA. Here we go. Summary is added. Well, we're probably not even going to use that anyway because it's just going to be a little table. We're just going to go here. Gene ID is the ensemble ID in the key. And then we're going to go with, oh, this one doesn't have the gene name though. All right, and we have to go through everything to make sure. Oh, wait, maybe it's gene. Wait, I don't want the gene. I don't want the ensemble ID. It's the gene name. And then in the key, because that's what we're merging on. And then here it will be gene sense. Yeah, so we're going to have to merge. On this one, we will have to merge on the ensemble ID. But it's okay because when you push on that in the pathology data, it goes to the key because we're going to make these whenever we put it in the dashboard. And it will just select, it should select that from this table. So it should be ensemble names. Some of these might not have anything, but we can check. Oh, that's so null. What's going on here? Okay. Oh, right, because we had left it that way. So we got to put it in the gene ID is the ensemble one. So, yeah, that doesn't look right at all. It should not be this way. So we're going to go ahead and remove this one. There's only 41 genes here. We'll just put this one and see. Maybe this one's better. Gene ID and ensemble name. Yeah, see, sometimes there's just problems. So we'll enter it that way, and this one's going to be multiple sclerosis. MS. EV. Okay. And then we'll call this one sclerosis and 10. Wait, a size 10. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and add our ensemble name because that's what we have enough of. There's only 41 genes in this because I had to use Syrah to get some, and then I believe it was Syrah. Oh no, this one was a long one. I did it manually because they didn't have a Syrah format, but I had to find the top fold change, and then there were barcodes, and it was amino acids, 20 nucleotides long. I had to go in and look on BLAST, put in the nucleotide sequence to see what genes were there, and manually select the top genes. Oh, goodness. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and put the, I'm not really sure, the messenger RNA. What is this? Well, we can look and see, and we can take it away if we don't like it. Was the nucleotide sequence. So we'll go ahead and remove that one. And then from our sheet. And then we're going to merge it on. We'll put the gene sequence. Okay, so there's commercial, the fold change, MS1 control. But that we got to make it discrete, or yeah, discrete. And then fold change MS2 versus control. Yeah, they did. There were 2 MS patients, and there were 1 commercial. They did repeats of those ones, 3 each. We're gonna make this one discrete so we can see it. Those are the fold changes. Okay, we didn't need that one. I was exploring this one with ways to do things. These are repeats. There were 5 repeats actually for each MS sample, and there were only 3 healthy samples. I think if I add all of these samples, real FC, let's see what. This information will also be in the pathologies database. So I actually do need to add all of that information to compare it because it's going to be all of it. But there'll be small files that you could go across and see. So we don't have that many added right now. So we'll go ahead and do that because when you hover over it, it will say what sample. So now we're going to go ahead and, since we have these ones, this is going to be a long row of all these samples. Real FC commercial control. This is the means. Let's see what this one is. This might be the generated count in Tableau. And then we're going to just add all of these individually. So MSN, Messenger. Alrighty. That's what we got from this ID ref. That's the barcode. And then here's some amino acid simulated. This was manual. Let's add in the commercial means discrete. I have to use these little arrows to go down. And then we'll add in the control means discrete. And then we'll add in the MS1 mean. And then add in MS2 means. And then we'll add in all the samples. I wonder if we can. Does it add it? Or does it add? All right, I don't see it. So, back, and we're just gonna add it. And scroll, because it's gonna make us scroll. There's no way to just. Yeah, because yeah, that's not gonna work either. So what we have is the means of each sample type. This is the commercial means, control means. And the summary will be in the pathologies. Let's go ahead and move these ones to right there. Up higher. Those are the means. Extra information. So this is a lot of, because of the way that we have to add it. We have to scroll to the end, discrete. But let's just do it anyways. It doesn't take that long. This is where beer comes in useful. Doing something like this. I totally forget that you're spending a lot of time doing it. Oh, so we'll do that, and then we go into our MS1. I don't know if there's a limit. We'll find out. And do the second sample of MS1. Second repeat of it. Making it discrete so we can see it. And then the third repeat. This one. All the stuff that manually had to be done. And then this one. The first sample of these, or the first repeat, second MS sample. And then the second sample. And then the third sample. And then the fourth sample. And then the fifth one. Great. So now we have that one. Let's go back to the nasal pharyngeal carcinoma because we have everything we need in the other ones. We're not adding any more to the key one. Or pathologies. Pathologies has everything. But for this one, let's add our sample. So we're going to go back to this bottom table right here. And we're going to add the means first. Baseline mean. Yeah, we'll do that. Actually, you know what I want to do? Actually, I think, yeah, I'll just add the Epstein-Barr virus over this one. So, like that. Here's the Epstein-Barr mean, but you can add it here as soon as it recognizes it. Oh, come on. I have to add it after. Oh, I need. Oh, we'll make it discrete. I think once it's added, you can add. Yeah, there we go. Epstein-Barr over mean. Now we're going to add each of the samples. These are commercial nasopharyngeal carcinoma. They had the mutant one is the LMP1, the same as it is in Epstein-Barr virus, taking the histidine at the 101th nucleotide and making it arginine. So we're going to go ahead and add those samples. And then these ones are the wild type, which is LMP1's already normal. It's histidine's where it's supposed to be. So I believe that's what it was. Let's make it discrete. To add the other sample. Many samples in this one. Kind of slowing down though. And the third one. There's 5 in each. And the fourth one. So this is counts, and I didn't use FPKMs. So actually, we need to remove the FPKMs because I didn't use those ones. Yeah, I used counts in this one. This is a count. This is an FPKM, so we can go ahead and remove that one. That one's a count. So we have 2 counts. All right, so count. So it's only 3 count, 3 in each. I haven't used FPKM in any of them except for this last one that we did. I was just using counts all the time. Make sure it's a count. Yeah. Now we're going to the wild type, only using the counts. There's 2 more in this one. It stopped charging. There's no point in charging that, so I'll plug this into the laptop. All right, and then let's make it discrete. One more. All right. So we have all of our, not all of it. We have 2 studies, like 9 of them. We still haven't added the gastroesophageal carcinoma one to this folder. So let's just make our dashboard first, though. It's going to be this 4 squares right here. I just want to show you what we're doing. And then for this one, I don't want that on the size. Let's go with a higher one. Let's do like that. And then height like 1260. Okay, actually, let's not do it that wide. Let's do it like that wide. All right, now we're going to go ahead and default the layout dashboard. And here we have our sheets. We're going to drop our key. And we want to go ahead and use this. We want to make it a floating. It's going to shrink it. And we're going to keep it right here. But we're going to go ahead. See, there's not really a way to expand these because it gets narrower. So that's our key. Here's the gene. Like if I could, oh wait, it does. Never mind. There is a way. I didn't see that before. And we'll just expand this one because we really are interested in our IDs because this is going to link. It's a little bit finicky though. Good. And then we got our location, description. There's a scroll bar, so, you know, there's a scroll bar. See it? There we go. All right, we're going to keep it right here. It is alphabetized. That's wonderful. But to make it our key, we have to say, we have to add another one and then make this our filter. And then go ahead and add our pathologies to it. We're going to just go right here and move it. This is our pathologies. We'll just make this all the way across. Let's go ahead and expand the columns of interest. You can just keep expanding because you could scroll. And that is a very good. So I'm trying to. I don't know why I'm there though. That I wasn't even anywhere in the study summarized area. When I go into the ABC aisle, it does that. Okay. So ABC, it makes it as a list. See that? I didn't even know that. I wondered about that. I always wanted to get rid of it. Oh, interesting. Can you print it though? Let's see. No, I don't think so. Oh, you can view the data. Well, let's see what happens when you. Okay, well you hover over it, and that's what happens. Yeah. So we'll just keep that right here. Use that to move it over. Don't move it too far over though, or it will take it off, and you have to do it all over again. And we'll just fit this like that. We don't have a table title, so we should add one. I think we go to layout. Oh, I think it's okay. All right, now, huh? For associated pathology studies, use top row for key to connect all changes in each. And then I'll make that I'll just keep it like that. And then for this, I want to make it floating. And then I'm going to put it right over here. It's pretty user friendly, intuitive. I should probably put it right there. All right, right there, and then now we're gonna add our next sheet, the nasal pharyngeal passage part. We're gonna make this a floating sheet. Shrink it. We're gonna take this right here, and we're going to expand it. Let's see if we can. Apologies here. 6. How far does this go though? On the I don't know if it's going to be off the screen or not. So I'm just going to put it right there. I think these little viewers show you though. All right, now for this, let's go ahead and expand these columns out so we can read what they are and someone can just scroll through it. Can also hover, but it's always more intuitive to have the actual names. And we'll just keep scrolling. And then when you go here, it will show you every value in that row. Oh, isn't that interesting? See, look at that. That's pretty cool. And we'll go back to the gene. Now let's go ahead and add our multiple sclerosis one, our multiple sclerosis. And then we'll make this a floating sheet. It will shrink. And then you will put it where you want it to go. And let's expand these columns out. Oh, okay. And just so the name can show. So the commercial one for this, I believe, they used a commercial. They also had a healthy person too. I believe so, but it is the details are in the pathologies, gene study summarized. So also if I did this one. I don't need that. Okay. Here's the new comments. Is that the end of it? Yeah, so we can it's right there, and then here's the messenger RNA. Here's the manual calculation using those fragmented barcodes for the abbreviations for acids from the messenger RNA. Here are the means for the control. Here's that sample. I think that's just the end of the GSM ID. And then for 374. Let's keep doing that. You have to have it down. Paste. And then we'll add maybe just one more. Okay, sample now. We have to make the filter, so you click on it, you push that down arrow, use as a filter. On this, push on that down arrow. We also have a filter too. So click on ID. It's not showing that multiple sclerosis because there's only 41 genes in the multiple sclerosis one. Let's unclick that. I have to wait. I'm going to put in here there's only 41 genes. Okay. Does it actually say? I'm wondering if it'll save it. Knows how many. I'm not really sure. Okay. So, all right. Let's go ahead and go back. An hour. It's only. So we're gonna go add. We're gonna go to file. let's go to the data source actually. It's not bad. We're going to add a text file. Now we're going to go to the Hodgkin's one. The Hodgkin's, Epstein-Barr virus, and what is this one? Ordered no remove. Okay, so we don't want that one. Add this one. Yeah, let's just add one. And we are going to use this one. Add it. We're going to have to say what we want to say. I'm not sure if it's to use or if that's the only one. I think the gene ID here is actually the gene ID I want. And this is the gene name I want to combine them by. Yeah. So it's weird. Where do I see the ID? Must be like lost in a column somewhere. Ooh, looking like this. Oh, it is. It's lost in the columns. Right there. Okay. It's definitely gene ID. Want it by gene name. Okay. Now we're going to make another sheet. It's already set together. And we're going to call this one CHL, HIV, and EBV. The HIV has CHL and EBV. The CHL has EBV, and there's EBV by itself. So this one's Epstein-Barr virus and classic Hodgkin's. I'm just going to put Hodgkin's. Yeah. Lymphoma and HIV. Okay. 10 data set. Here. Right. Okay, so we're going to add the gene ID, all members, and then we're going to add the Epstein-Barr virus and CHL. Full change. Oh, interesting. It is not. Oh, it's not coming up as a number because I left the NA and infinites in there. You have to do that. So I'm just going to leave it like that and we'll see. It's not for analysis, so those can be reached from someone else if they do that. It's not for like a direct numeric analysis, so we're going to keep them. That's why we don't have to put discrete on it because they're showing up as text. And put the means, the CHL means first. We got to make this discrete. And then we're going to go ahead and, can we expand it here? This way it's just easier to do. Good. It'd be nice to just do it here and then not have to really worry about it later. No, we're going to go to the CHL. Oh, that should have been EBV means. I didn't change that. I can change this. I can give it an alias, I think it is. No. All right, I think what I have to do is I have to go right here and then rename it. This is supposed to be Epstein-Barr virus means. Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and add the CHL. EBV means. We have to make it discrete. And then we'll add, let's make this one. And then we'll add EBV and HIV means. And then we'll add each sample. I'm going to make it discrete. Expand this column. Now we'll go in and we'll add each sample. The CHL though. Yeah, those should have been. So the ones that are just CHL, because it wasn't based just on CHL, it was Epstein-Barr virus. Oh, you know what? It was CHL. That's right. We can just go to the past all. It was, you know what? I need to rename that back. It was Hodgkin, HIV with Hodgkin's and Epstein-Barr virus. These were on Africans in the low to middle community. They had high progression-free symptoms in 3 years, except for the younger ones because they had a developing immune system. I didn't say if they died though. Ages were 7 to 35. Okay, yeah, that's why the little ones had CHL. Okay, let me change this back. I'm going to rename it. And nope, it's gonna go right back to CHL. Okay. And then let's add in these samples. So let's try to keep them together. Because they were out of order. But let's just go ahead and just keep them together. Because we know what they are. Those were the way they labeled the samples in the study. We have to make it discrete. So we have the YF8 sample. We're doing CHL first. And the next one's sample 13. Make it discrete. Go ahead and widen these columns so you know what you're looking at. And then we'll add the next one is sample 17. Discrete. And we will go ahead and widen that column. And the next sample is 22. You have to be patient. And then make it discrete. And the next one's 23. That's the last one for that. Let's see. Discrete. Those are all the CHL samples. Now we're going to go ahead and go to the CHL samples, and then we'll do the HIV samples. Just going down the list, adding each one. This is where beer would come in handy with the processing time. And make it discrete. Now we'll go ahead and add the next Epstein-Barr virus, sample 5. This right here is the Complete Anatomy app. I recommend all of you get it because it is the coolest app to learning the body. I might do a demonstration for you guys. I actually downloaded that on my PC. It is phenomenal. Really, really cool. It's like what they use in medical school whenever there was COVID and shutdowns, and they were like, we can't do cadaver log because we can't have all these people surrounding anything or each other. So they used that instead. And then it didn't smell like formaldehyde or that weird smell like diarrhea, like someone cracked their pants. Kind of like that. Yeah. Let's see. To widen this column. Let's widen it so we can see what column we're looking at, because otherwise it means nothing. Get a little bit user friendly. Okay, now let's go to the next CHL and Epstein-Barr virus sample 7. And there are more of these samples. So the next one will be 9. Okay. Make it discrete. Just some extra stuff you have to take. Widen this. Let's widen the column too over here. Now that was 7. We're going to go to the next CHL and Epstein-Barr virus, sample 9. And then we'll have 11, 12, 14, 18, 19, 21. And let's just add these and then expand the row. Four. If you have Tableau, you would have had to sign up. Keep your sign-in credentials because every time you upload this to the server to share, you could share the link or even embed it in your website. If you want to do something with it, show people, it gives an actual HTML or Java type embedding code to put in your website to show. Let's go to sample 12 and add that. Or you could just share a link and have someone use that. Now, it did have a phone viewer to see how this looks in the phone, but for this, it's really not going to be that user-friendly because of everything that there is. And on the phone, you can't really see a large window with that many tables on it, data tables. You have to make it discrete. And then we'll add sample 14. Okay, here we go. We obviously have more to add, but you can see how this could take a while to build when you have to add so many columns in a very large data table, then add all these large data tables and connect them and interlink them on a dashboard. And then, of course, there will be some uploading time as well. Just widen out these columns for now. And then we're going to add the other ones. I think we have to add 18, 19, 20 because we just added 14. This is a little too wide. We'll make this one wider. This one. All right, let's add sample 18. Make it discrete. And go ahead and make it a wider column. And then we'll add sample 19. Make it discrete. Widen this column. And one more of these samples to add, sample 21. And then we'll go into the add the 4 HIV, Epstein-Barr virus, and CHL. Yeah. Make this discrete. And then we'll widen that column. Okay, great. Now we'll add the first HIV sample. And we'll make that discrete. That was sample 2. We're going to add the next one, which is sample 6. We'll make that discrete. 2 more samples. And then we'll widen the rows. So we did 2, 6. Next one's 10. Sample 10. We'll add this one. Okay. Make it discrete, and then we'll add sample 15. That's the last sample. All right, we'll make this discrete, and then we'll resize those last columns and add it to the dashboard. Just resizing the column so we can see what we're looking at without hovering. But you do still have to scroll over here. All right, cool. So now that we have that, let's go ahead and put it right here. And we'll open our dashboard. And let's go ahead and add this one to our table. So we'll go ahead and make it floating. And it's right here. See, that screen's done. I can move it. All right. Let's see. There we go. It's a large one, so it sounds like it's taking some processing time. Yeah, let's go ahead and let's shorten some of these. Let's expand this gene. And then let's go ahead and just shrink this down. And then we'll move this one like that. I want to actually, we don't need to have these that far down. And let's see what goes on with it. And then move these other ones up as well. So we can fit other ones. But this took a while, so I'm probably gonna end it soon. So let's just upload it first, and then we can add in the other data sets. Because we only have the we should definitely add the nasopharyngeal, the gastrocarcinoma one with nasopharyngeal carcinoma, the natural killer T cell one. We have another Hodgkin's for the elderly, the large diffuse, large B cell lymphoma, and then also the colon cancer ones. But then our we can't fit our other pathologies. That'll just be a separate one for possibly associated. Yeah, I'll probably put like 3 more here. So we get the natural killer lymphoma, the large B cell lymphoma with Hodgkin's, and then the gastric carcinoma with nasopharyngeal carcinoma, or we could do the colorectal cancer, even though there weren't any Epstein-Barr virus genes early in it. But let's just add that one anyways. So I'm going to go to my folder. I'm going to go here. And we do have the large data set, I think. Yes. Okay. No, we don't. So, well, okay. So what I'm gonna do is, I didn't write it out, huh? Oh, did we had it right? Okay. We have to go in here real quick, just run all the chunks and look for that large data set and write it out. I made it dark mode because I couldn't see this little cursor and it was so irritating when it's a white background. All right, let's just run all chunks. And we'll go to the environment tab. I had to download everything, so, or I had it there because remember my computer crashed earlier today? Yeah, not fun. All right, and then let's look and see where our large database is. 16,122. This one has all the fold change too. And then it has the gene symbol. We're going to go ahead and write data 1 out, okay? And Tableau. And we'll change values to our pathologies folder of data sets to add to Tableau as a dashboard. I'm going to put and FCs. Row.names equal false. Let's put eval equals false so it doesn't write over it with the wrong thing because we only need it written once. Oh, great. I'm going to go ahead and save this. This is actually Dracula version. So if you go to tools, you go to global options, and then you go to appearance, and you go here, you can look at all the awesome different types of appearance that would be best for you. I'm going to keep it at Dracula because it seems like it's what I want to keep it at, and I'll just cancel it because it's already on that. All right, cool. So we can actually close this out. We don't need to save it. See, that wasn't that bad. Now, here is our data. We're going to make a copy. Let's just make a folder too right here because we're just going to copy and paste this folder. Colorectal cancer GSE 302491. All genes. Okay. And then we'll just copy the data 1. Control C copy. Go here. Control C copy. Do I have to click Control V. All right, cool. Control V copy. All right, let's go back up. We're going to go ahead and just cut this folder. We're going to go to the desktop. Let's go to the current pathologies data. Okay, we'll go up. This is where we want to be, so we'll just leave it here. Control V. All right, so we have it there because Tableau is finicky. If I move this from its location in any folder, it's not going to load the same way. And there's already some problems with it because I can't even store it to my file and look it up. So let's just save this first. We're going to save as It's going to be dashboard 5/5/2025 EBV redesigned added colorectal cancer. Let's see if it saves it. I might not be able to open it though, so I'll save it, and I should be able to open it in Tableau Public. But there have been the last time I had it, there's something wrong with it. Now we can actually just publish this right now. Save to Tableau Public. I'm gonna sign in real quick. And it's going to be a little while to upload it. We didn't actually add the colorectal one. We will, though. That's what it's in the name, though. So I'm going to add it and resave it. And I'll go ahead and open up that last document because we need to add that link when we share it. And here we have it. So it will give you the option to share favorites, disabled by author, download, report viz. I don't know why I know about report a viz. That's pretty lame. Interesting. So this is a copy embed code where you copy this and you can embed it in your website if you want to, or you can copy this link and just share it. That's what we're gonna do. I'm just going to put it in this markdown file. Great. And then I'm going to leave a link to my videos for my playlist on YouTube. So if we go, hold on. I don't make them public because these are streaming and weird people can just see like, oh, what's this weird girl doing? Oh, okay. So this is the one we're on. I'm gonna go in here. Oh, what? Hey. Oh, that was weird. What the fuck? Did it just? No, it's still going. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hold on. This is the first time I did this, so let's see. It just says, hold on. I should be able to share this. So I think I have to go to video. Hold on. Manage videos. Wait, in the playlist. From here, I can share it. Shareable link. Here we go. Here's the shareable link. I'll put that in this as well. at this dashboard. Look here. Okay. And now we'll go ahead and knit this. Oh. And now we'll close up these extra ones, but we see that it's on Tableau. And we can test it out. Let's see. Oh, it's not even in the gene cards list. Oh, these are complex vizzes. Okay, animations are columns. Well, there are some genes showing. That's good. We don't have anything for it. So the nasopharyngeal one and the Epstein-Barr virus showed. Let's see where we're at. Okay, so let's go ahead and revise that. So we're going to go ahead and let's republish. Oh, I have to publish it again. Oh, that's right, because I had to re-upload it so it doesn't have a... it doesn't have my history because the computer crashed earlier. Is it gonna... It says I need these other packages though, so now I'm like, are you gonna install them? Oh, it is. Look, it's installing the packages. Okay, cool. Running out of water. All right, awesome. So maybe it'll let me publish it now. Our pubs. Okay. And we're saying colorectal cancer, DSE, wrote to, what was the 491? Tableau edits. Final version of the colorectal situation if any genes found. We extracted, filtered, extracted, filtered. Got the full change values of the knockout of A or KA gene in colon cancer commercial 1 SW4AD. And it wasn't on PDL. And PDL2 showed an MCC gene, the EBV genes, but not the others. Then found all these genes predicted because 100% accuracy, and then added these genes to the database and to play on this project and together visual dashboard of the associated is with this data. Add to it. This one's gonna be EBV. Oh, it's actually gonna be colorectal cancer. ARKAKL GSE 302491 EBV means okay. And then I'll put this link in this chat, and then I will get to the details. And yeah, so I guess we'll go ahead. Let's see. It's still running, it says. So I'll go ahead and we should add the colorectal cancer, especially since the name says it was added. So we'll go to the data source. We're going to add a file. It's slow. It's just processing a lot. Oh, okay. It was already there. I just didn't see that. Okay. And then the colorectal right here. We're going to add this data set. And then make sure we can join it by the correct IDs. It's going to be gene name. And this one, gene symbol. All right, looks good. So we're going to go ahead and make another sheet. We're going to call this one colorectal cancer. And let's go in here. Colon cancer with knock inhibited. All right, we're going to go ahead and shrink this down to 10. And then we're going to go ahead and add from that data set. We just scroll down to it. Actually, we can just close out the ones we're not using. Okay, so we're going to need to use this one. Add all numbers. Great. Now we're going to counts, Fulgen counts, count baseline. Ooh. All right, so let's add the full change first. The fold changes are TPM fold change. Make that discrete. The counts fold change. Make discrete. The FPKC KM fragment parts per kilomillion fold change. Did I not make it discrete? I mean, I feel like I did, but I guess not. All right. And what is it working? Let's see for Fulgent. As baseline. Oh, actually not as baseline. As treatment. As baseline. Okay. Now we're going to add in the TPMs. Let's do this. So we'll go ahead and add the TPMs. Yeah. Discrete. Not that many. We'll just go. Then we'll go to the FPKs. Almost done with the F. Seems to be going faster now that it's saved. I don't know, maybe it's just me thinking it is going a little bit faster. Now we'll go to the read counts. I don't know if it added it. I put it there, but I didn't see the arrow go. That was the first one. Oh, wait a second. I think I added the same one. Oh, no, I didn't. Okay, good. Oh, 2 more samples. That's fine. Oh, no. Recount SH3, recount PL1. This needs to go up here. Recount PL2. Recount PL3. Now we're gonna SH1. And then SH2. And then we can rearrange the column. So they are, I think, is it one? Come on. PL3, SH2, SH1. PL3. PL2. Okay. SH1, SH2, SH2. Okay, great. Now let's just work from the back and narrowing these columns before we edit. FPKM SH3 is not here, or else it got put somewhere else. I'm gonna look for that one. We're just extending these columns, but we're definitely gonna have to add the FPKM SHL with SH3, it looks like. Just because there's 3 PLs and 3 SHs. And we don't have the FPKM SH3. So FPKM SH3. Make that discrete. And this one goes right here. 2, 3. Okay, good. And let's make that wider so we can see it. Great. So now we're going to go ahead and put this in front of the dashboard, just so we know we're here. And we're going to add this one. Let's see. Here it is. And then we'll save it again. Let's see where we're at. 2 hours and 8 minutes. Alright. Let's go here. And then we're going to go ahead and just drop it in the sheet, colorectal cancer sheet. And then let's make it floating. So this is done processing. Up here to this arrow, get a floating. It'll shrink it. And now we're going to just make it cover the whole bottom. And that's all we really have time for tonight. So I'm going to go just move it a tiny. Okay, good. Okay. Let's expand this across the bottom. All right. And we have that. Let's save it. Save. And then we'll go ahead. I think before it used to be export it, though. I think I used to use it. So Tableau. So export packaged workbook. Here we are. My Tableau. Where is this at? Documents. And then, ooh, let's put it on the desktop. Let's go Tableau workbooks. This is why I couldn't get it to work, because I didn't export it. Look at that neuroplasticity setting in. Well, finally, okay. We exported it. Now we're going to save it to Tableau Public. Again, it'll just update it. And then whenever we want to look at this again, we'll go to that folder. And here we will have that workbook. So it should work. If not, it doesn't work. So we'll just download it from Tableau Public, the server, whatever's there, that version. I mean, we could have another workbook, and then compare these Epstein-Barr virus genes to the other pathologies. And then, yeah. And here we are, same link, same workbook we just uploaded that we changed. And it already has 3 views. It's possibly because I uploaded it once and looked at it. Someone might have looked at it, seen it. I don't know, we'll see. If it goes away or not. I don't really know. It's not like it's a YouTube thing. Sometimes those go away too. Okay. So that's it. Awesome. So let's just test it out. Let's see. We can scroll Scroll. Look at that. Okay, let's go through this genes right here. They're alphabetical order. Let's go to this multiple sclerosis gene. All right, so looks like it is very underregulated in us, and it's only slightly underregulated in nasopharyngeal carcinoma. A little more underregulated in the Hodgkin's, Epstein-Barr virus, Hodgkin's, and HIV. And then for colon cancer, it is also underregulated, but not as much. So it's underregulated actually in all of these, but it's very underregulated in multiple sclerosis. Let's look at an Epstein-Barr virus gene right here. One of our top genes for that one. We didn't actually upload that data. That was an actual one on Epstein-Barr virus. I think it was for the mono. Let's just see. The study summarized. Oh, this was the interleukin. That was the one we saw earlier, the interleukin 27 stimulated one. Okay, so it is underregulated, nasopharyngeal carcinoma, underregulated in the Hodgkin's, Epstein-Barr virus. And then if we scroll, HIV, Epstein-Barr virus, and Hodgkin's also underregulated. And it's slightly overregulated in colon cancer. It's an Epstein-Barr virus. All right, cool. So you can just explore this, see what you're doing, make your own dashboards, use that data. Yeah, you might have to go through all of those projects because all of those genes, all of those data sets with those genes are in every one of these files. So actually, let's go to my favorites, RPubs. So all of these projects will have links to all data genes. So whatever you want to do, you can take that data, make your own project, see how you want to link it out. What I've been doing since like November. Lyme disease was the first one, and then fibromyalgia, Lyme disease. I did a fraud detection just because using Kaggle data. So that one you can ignore that one. Just testing out some stuff, getting back into data science. Haven't been in it in a while. All right. Well, you guys have a great night. Thanks. We'll see you next time. We'll add more to the Tableau dashboard, and then we'll be working on this other set to do in the R genes. There is another one we're going to be looking at for our programs to do. We couldn't use that one because it was transcription data. We can't link it to anything, just like our mononucleosis one. But this one, okay, this one is the similar to gastrocarcinoma. It is part of the gastrointestinal tract, from the mouth to the anus, from food entering to exiting, process and exit. This is in the duodenum, the intrahepatic cholangiocarcinoma. It has its own abbreviation, ICC. Cholangio is actually for like the duct for your bile that comes from your gallbladder to go into the duodenum of the small intestine so that it could take the food bolus from your stomach with its already amylase process plus the hydrochloric acid from the stomach and add to it a fatty digestible substance called bile, and then also the pancreas shoots in protein and fat enzymes too to digest protein and fat. So we're going to be looking at this. They gave us a Excel file already with it. It came up in the Epstein-Barr virus. 36,000 genes, associated pathologies. We'll have to find out what this means when we look at the series data. There doesn't look like there's that many samples. I'd say like 12 or 13 samples just offhand without counting. 3, 6, no, yeah, 12. And then it has a, sure, just once. It tells you what it's about. In this one, it looks at knocking out, inhibiting SLC2A1, cancer-associated fibroblasts. All right. The tumor microenvironment, TIME, they call that. This was a recent study. It doesn't look like it's been published yet, so there's no research article on it to compare. It's possible they might have one now. Usually those things take a while. Okay, well, that's it. You guys have a great rest of your day.